you want to go chase a bag instead of chase the game.
Mm-hmm.
Chase the game. The game got the bag. Don't chase the bag. The bag ain't got the game.
Mm-hmm.
Chase the game.
Yo, welcome back. As you can see, Deion Sanders chase the game. You heard it here first from Deion himself. Got to chase the game, not the bag. All right, well, welcome back to another episode of CTG, Chase the Game. CTG, not CTE, because, we do have CTE, but
A little bit.
A little bit, just a little bit. But CTG, I'm the host, Chase. We got to my left, Mount Pleasant Hall of Famer, AJ, Adam Johns. To my right, it might be different for the crowd, but Lehigh legend, Nigel Somerville. I wrote it down a little bit so I wouldn't get it mixed up, even though it's so easy. A.M. Allen will be joining us later, live to Muse, Bet Levlin, a.k.a. the Money Maker. So we'll jump into the recap. Obviously, we had a great slate, but before we do that, I just want to take a second to appreciate this time we have right now. This is the best time of the year. We're entering the playoffs. We got wild card weekend next week, which is going to be awesome. It's locked and loaded with great slate, even though Red Zone is officially done for this season, which is sad. Last Red Zone was NFL Red Zone.
Never really watched it.
Was Sunday. You didn't really watch it. I watched.
Not Red Zone guy.
It's not bad.
Red Zone guy.
From time to
Whoa.
time.
The quad box. Quad box. What else I need to watch?
Okay, yeah, I feel that. Yeah,
Watch
I get
the
that.
full
You get the
game.
4. You can do the
full
NFL
game.
ticket, so you get all the games. No, I get that. You see the full game. Okay, but the NFL Red Zone also a great thing to watch.
It is.
And I mean, like, you look at the NFL fans. I know they love watching the exciting plays. I do love watching the full game, especially with the Panthers playing. I'm watching the full game. But anyways, yeah, but it's just a great time to be alive. We got freaking college playoffs, the great slate for college playoffs. We'll add a little segment to the end, a little new segment we're doing for the college playoffs because we're down to the Final Four. Ole Miss, who is it? I literally already forgot.
Miami.
Ole Miss, Indiana, which is huge.
Indiana, Oregon.
I said to Nigel earlier in the year, like maybe October. Maybe it was October. I was like, you don't think Indiana's going to win the national championship? But then he said, Ohio State. And I was like, damn, yeah. But then they smacked them in the Big Ten championship. But, that's there. We'll leave that there.
That's like 3-4 months ago. It's too realistic.
It was 3-4 months ago, but hey. I think I might have to stand
who
behind
would
it.
have thought? Who would have thought?
I know. Hey, they're rolling.
There he is. There's live to Muse. What's up, A.M. Allen? What up? Got his baby girl napping, so we're good. We'll keep it down a little bit. Hey, shout out Altora. Sitting in the bevs, the health bevs. You're tropical mango over here. We got lion's mane, cordyceps. What else? Rishi. I don't know what that is. Chaga.
Yeah, there you go.
Honda. All these health non-alcoholic beverages. Shout out Altura. Get you some. If you're trying to go a little dry January, get you some of that. Okay, so we'll get to the recaps. We had a crazy slate. Obviously, I watched the FCS National Championship last night. Montana State and Illinois State, I think it was. Crazy ending to that game. Freaking Montana State whipped up on them. Ended up that Illinois State came back. They tied it up right before the game ending. They drove down to score a touchdown. They were down 1, just needed it. Or no, they tied it up. Sorry, they tied it up. Yeah, they tied it up. Drove down the field, tied it up to kick the extra point to win, and freaking gets blocked. Crazy. And then Montana State turns around, drives it all the way down the field in overtime after, they get into overtime and win the game. And that was a crazy game. But we'll talk, we'll go cover more of the NFL, which is getting into the playoffs right now. We had a pretty crazy slate happen this past weekend. We got Panthers did take the L against the Bucks, which I will say I called, but I hate that I went against the Panthers. But we still made the playoffs. So, and not only did we make the freaking playoffs, we are hosting a playoff game. Man, Charlotte, we're rocking. We're rocking over here, down here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, so we'll get into the slate. So obviously, Panthers versus Bucks Saturday, first game. Bucks got the dub. I will say that Bryce didn't play great until really when close to the end of the game. I actually have this stat here of the one score games and the teams with the best record, and within winning the best. Sorry, gosh, got my tongue, man. Damn, what's going on? All right.
Hey, land the plane. Land the plane.
Land the plane. I did the Lions cordyceps. No THC in this one. But no, it's definitely. We'll get to it. So the best records in one score games. Okay, I'll put the picture up here. We got the Broncos at 11-2. We got the 49ers at 5-1, and then we got the Carolina Panthers at 7-2. Bryce Young knows how to come in clutch and win in one score games. Didn't win this time around. We'll talk about how the NFL is rigged and about how there was a 3-point spread. And when I go back to look at our guesses, all three of us guessed it would be a 3-point difference. All three of us.
Wow.
Which is very interesting. But obviously, AJ and Nigel picked the Panthers. I picked the Bucks. So right now, before I go to the next game,
the refs knew we picked the Panthers. That's why we
honestly, that was pretty crazy. That game was.
That's the worst. That's the worst game I've seen all year.
That's what people are saying, and I agree.
That's the truth.
I'm biased because it is the Panthers. Obviously, people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're Carolina Panthers fans. Of course, you're gonna say it's the worst," but we're not the only people saying it. We're not the only people saying it. So at the end of the day, that is what it is. But we got with the overall record of the year for guessing after this past week. I got 13. Me and AJ are tied for first. 13 out of 24 games. Nigel's in last at 10. So, but hey, this past week, you and AJ tied for 2 out of 4.
This week.
2 out of 4. I got 3 out of 4, so I won last week technically. So we'll do overall winner. And
you won because you won against the Panthers. If we really look at it,
that is what we look at.
Shirt wearing and all. Shirt wearing and all. Ain't that something?
Hey, I believe. So hey, all I knew is that if I pick the Panthers or to lose, then I gotta pick the Falcons to beat the Saints, which I did. Pick the Falcons to beat the Saints, so we got in. We got home field advantage, so we're good. We're first round of playoffs, wild card weekend. We're good. So moves us to the Seahawks versus 49ers game. Seahawks won that one 13-3. That was crazy. I didn't honestly think the Seahawks would get the win. I picked the 49ers.
The defense is nice.
Nigel picked the Seahawks, man. Nigel picked the Seahawks.
No, I said their defense is nice.
Yeah, their defense is nice. And I mean, Christian McCaffrey is playing like Christian McCaffrey. And still, we're able to stop him. So that's very surprising. I mean, the D lineman ate Brock Purdy, man. He wasn't able to do anything. And people are saying he's doing pretty well this year. I don't know. People say he's overrated. Some people say he's not. That game is tough to do anything when those dudes are in your face.
Well, Chase, let me make a point here real quick. People talk about how bad Bryce played against them. I mean, look at Purdy. They had 3 points. That defensive line is. I mean, I don't think a team without their healthy O-line, if we don't have our healthy O-line, I don't think 49ers do either. And with that defensive line, man, that really shows you game runs in the trenches there because They gave up, what, 6 against the Panthers, 3 against the 49ers. I'm curious to where their last touchdown was that they gave up. It's got to be, what, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Too long.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it is crazy. And, I mean, with the 49ers O-line, best O-lineman, their number one O-lineman was out, Trent Williams.
Yeah.
He was injured, so that's plays a part of the left side, but he wasn't just getting sacked on the left side. He was getting sacked all around. So,
The
it's
Rams scored 37 points against them. See, the Panthers scored 10.
Damn.
49ers scored 3.
Love
So
to hear
after the
that.
Rams.
Rams, of course, the damn Rams. Yeah, because they went into overtime. I remember that. It was a Monday night game. Okay. Yeah, so, well, the Seahawks 49ers, what are they playing? Okay, yes. The 49ers will be playing the Eagles. Okay, so then the second game on Sunday, or the first game on Sunday, Saints versus Falcons. Obviously, we needed the Falcons to come through here. That was a tough game to watch. Falcons got the dub, 19-17. There really is not much to say about that. Both those teams are in the NFC South, baby. So it is what it is.
Good luck in the draft.
Let's go. Hey, yeah, good luck in the draft. Yes. So
Next game.
obviously gotta talk about next game. Well, this game, Monday night, Ravens versus Steelers. That was a crazy game. Obviously, both were playing for something. Both were trying to get into the playoffs. Brings me to the reason why. Obviously, John Harbaugh got fired today. Knows the news just broke. It is crazy.
Either him or Tomlin.
And when you look at him and Tomlin, honestly.
I got a question for Alan here.
One had to go.
Going back to the episode last week. Do you think the field goal magnets were turned on the last drive? I
don't know what was on, man. But
that was bad.
Open the window.
I don't know if it's. I don't even know if it's magnets or the man either got a fat check after the game. I don't know. Who knows? Who's to say? Who's to say? I don't know.
They're kidding, bro.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah. So it was a crazy weekend. Crazy ending with that. I mean, I know I wanted to chime in about Myles Garrett getting the sack against Joe Burrow with his breaking the record with regular season. People talk about, because he did it in 18 games. He went a couple weeks without a sack, a couple games, and ended up getting it in week 18. So, I mean, that's huge. I don't know. I mean, it seemed like Joey B kind of laid down for that one, but
yeah.
It is what it is. That was the 23rd, so that's only one sack. I mean, he had plenty of other ones this season that were monstrous sacks, so it came on critical time.
23 is insane.
23 is insane. I my senior year of high school, I think I had like 14 sacks in the season. 14.
That's 11 games.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Excuse us.
I was an outside linebacker blitzer. I was like Von Miller though, so I was blitzing a lot, and I was putting my hand in the dirt as a D lineman. So
I remember when like 16, 17 was a hell of a year.
Yeah.
Shit, still is. You just had a hell of a year.
Still is. Yeah.
I'd say still is. That's a sack a game. You get a sack a game. You're like, damn, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You're getting paid over $100 million if you're getting 16, 17 sacks.
I saw this video, which I had no idea. Jared Allen. Y'all remember Jared Allen? Old Panther, retired with the Panthers. He got the sack record when he was with the Vikings. And the NFL claims he tied it at 23, I think. Or no, he got 23. And the NFL claimed that Rodgers muffled the ball. So they put the stat down as like a team sack.
Oh,
it was a fumble.
That. Yeah.
So I saw a clip on that today. I had no idea because I was wondering. That's a dude you kind of think of as an all-time DN. And he said he feels it all the time. And the video is pretty funny. Rodgers says, Rodgers counts it as a sack. But it's impressive. 15's impressive. 23's unheard of.
Yeah, that is. It is crazy to kind of wrap your head around it. And kind of changes the subject. Well, I mean, I wanted to still stick on that because, there's some controversy because of the stopping of the game for the Bengals and Browns, stopping stopping it and like kind of celebrating and stuff like that. But then it's like, nobody really said much about when Drew Brees breaking the password record. Like they stopped the whole game, and it was a primetime game too, and like his family came out on the field and everything, and it's funny to like hear that. I mean, maybe if the Browns were like better, it would be different. But I don't know. Well, it's speaking of the Browns, obviously they fired their head coach as well. Yeah, man. That I would say that one and Raheem Morse were the two. I mean, I was very surprised they fired.
That one surprised you?
I mean, I would think they would fire the offensive coordinator.
No, I'm talking about the Stefanski one.
No.
Chase
or the Stefanski. I mean, I only think that because of how it's Kevin Stefanski. So I thought like they'd give him a little bit more. I mean, same with like Pete Carroll. Carroll was one and done. I didn't really think highly of Pete Carroll, to be honest with you. I got hired over the Raiders.
But Kevin Stefanski deserves one more year.
Okay.
What are we talking about? Legend. You just named a legend. Legend coaches won.
Pete Carroll.
Like two coaches that won the Natty and the Super Bowl, and this guy's done both. He won the Natty and the Super Bowl.
Pete Carroll.
Now, he doesn't really just get me rolling.
He got fired.
Coach.
Nigel, we were talking about it today. Nigel, I'm saying now. Pete Carroll now. Pete Carroll back then.
Fair enough.
Pete Carroll now because of his decisions on first Geno Smith going to Seattle, gets fired from Seattle, and then brings him over to the Raiders, and he tries to rebuild the Seattle. He had Jamal Adams back there.
Yeah.
Who else do you have? I can't even remember. He had freaking Lockett.
Kevin White. Kevin White.
Yeah, Kevin White.
They had some old heads.
What's funny though? Brady's going to get that team right. They're going to be.
That's true.
As long as they can keep Crosby.
They got the first draft pick, first pick of the draft.
I don't know. None of these quarterbacks have me sold.
It's going to be.
Mendoza
wins on. If he wins a Natty, he's got to be the first.
Mendoza just reminds me of like a Daniel Jones.
Okay, so let's speaking of Mendoza.
Now, I didn't say he was going to be good. I didn't think he's still going.
He's
going. I don't disagree with you. I'm just I'm saying I don't know if he's going to be the one that turns that franchise around. But I mean,
he turned around Indiana.
I think Cincinnati did most of that.
Okay, that's fair.
I feel like you can just put a quarterback back there in the portal, and they just amazing.
Yeah, he wasn't on the team last year. They still went to playoffs. Cincinnati took them from worst in the conference to the playoffs. So I think and then he grabs Mendoza, to come in this season. Again, he looks good, but the team is electric.
Yeah, for sure. We love it.
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion on it. I don't know. I think Dante Moore is better, personally, just transition wise to the NFL. But I mean, still him. I think he's all right. I don't, I think he's like a, no hate on the Texans, but like CJ Stroud when he's on his, on his downslope. Not him at his peak, but I think Dante Moore's kind of around there. So I just feel like I don't know. I feel like you're better off getting the quarterback. See if they can get Burrow. He's not happy. Probably not going to happen though.
That would be crazy.
He's waiting on.
Got rid of Burrow.
LSU has his tight end as a sophomore. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but he wears number 14. He's gonna be junior next year. If we draft that kid, he's like 6'7", 6'8". He's a freak of nature.
He's a good tight end.
That's what I'm waiting. I'm waiting on. Don't worry about it. Next draft.
I saw. Season's not over, but I saw. Is it Sadiq, the tight end for Oregon? They're saying that's the Panthers might grab at like 19.
Okay.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, I think he's kind of like a Jatavian Sanders, like an athletic tight end. I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of Oregon.
We
see him on Friday.
Could use a
that's right.
I mean, same as what's his name? Sanders.
You're not about to call Trimble. Okay, I thought you were about to call Trimble out.
No.
Tommy.
He's a good blocker, and he gets open. He catches the wide open passes.
That's why we need it.
He does his job. I like him.
We got a tight end.
Yeah.
He's paid to every time.
we got a 1970s tight end.
Yeah.
He blocks. He doesn't really go out with
We got a
passes.
bucket helmet.
True tight
We got
end.
a bucket.
Okay, so well then I guess since we're talking about college football, we'll get into this next new segment where we are going to predict the turnout for the national championship, and then obviously when roll around next episode, we'll do the picks for the national championship overall winner. But right now, we'll pick from the Fiesta Bowl and the Peach Bowl because this is a great time to be alive. We got college football Thursday, Friday, playoff college football, and then Saturday, NFL playoffs on Saturday and Sunday and Monday. Dude, beautiful. Beautiful. So we'll get into the first one, June 7th, or sorry, 7th, nope, not 7th. June, fucking shit.
July.
January 8th.
We just had the New Year, man. We don't need to jump to the middle of the year.
Thursday.
January 8th.
Miami versus Ole Miss. The Fiesta Bowl. All right. Who we thinking? I'll go first because I'm gonna just hammer it off because a long time ago was watching the Pat McAfee show and he ended up going to College Game Day that same weekend to Miami, and I can't remember who they were playing, but he jumped off a high dive. I just remember the College Game Day mostly, but he had the head coach, Miami coach, on the show, and I was like, this dude's a badass. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He just seemed like, he turned around the program. Obviously, seems like the U is back, and I'm gonna
Mario Cristobal.
He's the black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Black belt, right?
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker, dude. But anyways, I'll pick Miami beating Ole Miss, and then I'll do but back to back so we can do that.
Yeah.
So we can let us all run. I'm doing Indiana, Miami for the Natty. All right, I'll let AJ go. What you thinking, AJ?
Thank God.
Miami looks good. They got good receivers. They got Carson Beck. Defense surprised me against Ohio State. But, Miami they don't have that fire in their gut of their coach leaving them. With that D2 quarterback who came up and he's lighting it up. Shamless, right? Trinidad Shamless. With a name like that, he's going to win the national championship. I can just see it. I'm not saying it yet. Chambers. Trinidad Chambers.
Chambers, I think.
Trinidad Chambers. He's from Ferris State. Ferris State, that's a top D2, football program. Transfers over, wins the job mid-season. I don't know. I thought Georgia was the best team in the bracket, and they handled them, which I know Miami and them both upsets, but I'm going with Ole Miss. And then, I feel like college football is all about who's on fire. Right? I think Ole Miss has a little bit more fire into them, and I think Indiana does too. Oregon looks good. They check all the boxes. They're very NFL heavy on that roster, but I think Indiana Cincinnati, dude, he's just also a badass coach. He's awesome. So I think he's prepared for this, and they're going to get it done. Ole Miss, Indiana, Natty.
Okay. All right, Nigel. What you thinking?
Yeah, well, obviously Indiana beats Oregon. I say obviously, but I think it's going to be a good game. It's hard to beat a good team twice, and Oregon is a very good football team. It's hard to go against Indiana here, so I'm gonna go with Indiana. And then for this Ole Miss Miami game, I just keep going back to, do I trust Carson Beck to get over the whole Georgia curse thing? Like, is this finally, like, is he done with it? Like, is it behind him? Because then if I'm thinking if it's 2 minutes left, do I want to have Carson Beck with the ball or Trinidad Chambers? I think I want the kid who can run around the park and make Georgia look like a bunch of high schoolers. And especially like to AJ's point, like they're fired up. I think they got the guys coming back next year, so I think they all know that they're bought in. Fuck it, give me Ole Miss, Indiana, man.
Hotty toddy.
I'm glad you guys.
Howdy, toddy, baby.
We obviously all think Indiana is going, but I'm glad you guys didn't pick Miami, so I can win that one as well. I always going against y'all, and always getting the dub. We can jump into the the NFL slate. We got a beautiful slate, and we'll have Alan kind of go into details on the numbers, where's money going, what's the spreads looking like, all that good stuff, over unders, what's the best bets to take, because if you guys aren't already following this man's bets, you're missing out on money, missing out on lots of money, as well as go check out his Discord as well as his YouTube channel, Bet Leveling. Live to amuse, baby. That's what he does with the cashola. All right, so we'll jump into.
I could tell you guys who's going to win the whole thing, by the way, for the
college football. Yeah, let's do that because I got your name down here. You give us.
I can just tell you who's going to win the whole thing. Do you want to just know who's going to win the whole thing?
Yeah, whole thing.
Who's going to win the whole thing?
The whole entire thing?
Yes.
It's Indiana.
It's Indiana.
Yeah.
Boom. Write it down. Indiana.
It'll be Indiana.
All right.
What do you think about Ole Miss Miami? You think that's just kind of irrelevant? Whoever wins. Won't matter.
Ole Miss Miami. Ole Miss will win. The game will go under 52.5.
Okay.
The national championship game is Indiana, Oregon. I think we can all agree. That's.
I don't know. These Southern boys can play ball.
Indiana.
Actually, honestly, here's the thing. I'll say this. I don't know if Ole Miss wins. I'll say that they might lose by a field goal, but what I would take, like, if to play on that game, I would take the plus 3.5 and the under 52.5. And then for the Oregon game, I would take Indiana money line, and then the game to go over 45.5.
You following the crowd here.
Only for Indiana, but Indiana's 50-50. It's like down the middle, it's down the split. With them being the favorites, the odds just kind of work in a middle ground favor. A lot of the money that's going to be made, most likely, is going to be based on the player props.
Yep.
For the Indiana game. But since it's still like pretty 50-50, they're not going to lose much. They're not going to gain much. It'll kind of be a break even, which is always good for the books anyways.
Yeah.
Word. Okay. All right. Well, then Indiana win it all. Live to amuse, baby. You heard it. All right. We'll see. Well, let's jump into the NFL games. So we'll just go in order. Obviously, we'll talk about the Rams versus Panthers first. 4:30 p.m. on a Saturday, the 10th. I'll go first too with that one too. I don't care. This one's a tough one because I don't know if I'm pretty sure what Adams is coming back, right? I'm not sure if he
is back. He'll be back.
Yeah. Oh, this one's gonna be tough.
What was the score when they played the last time?
It was 34-28, maybe.
He was 31-28.
Adams had 3, right? That was the game Adams had 3?
Yep.
Good
play.
Okay.
He played. He didn't have.
They were healthy.
He had that.
We weren't.
They were healthy.
Yeah, no JC, no.
Yeah.
Okay. He was suspended.
How do you guys feel about that spread? Plus 10.5.
That pisses me off. You know what? Now that hearing that, and I saw on the Pat McAfee show, it pisses me off. Panthers taking the dub. Panthers again going 2-0 because they lost 2 games straight.
At
this
plus
whole
500?
season dude, hell yeah. Nobody's probably gonna bet on it. Nobody's gonna put money on it. But
this guy.
Well,
yeah,
it might. All right, well now shit, I don't want to be the only one not doing it, and then they end up winning.
I'll say this, Chase.
With no money.
Chase, I'll say this. Charlotte Hornets won last night. They were plus 800. Anything's possible.
That's right. They got the dub last night against the reigning champs, bro. Hell yeah.
Plus 800, okay? Plus 800. That means Chase. $10 pays 80. Okay,
Mhm.
100
Not
pays
bad.
800. Okay, 200 paid 3,000 on the Hornets to win. Okay,
I love
anything's
it.
possible.
I
Hey,
love
and
it.
let me remind you, just to reassure your pick. Wasn't it about the same last time we were matched up?
Couldn't have been much different.
It was the
I
same.
think
In
it was
fact,
like
actually,
10.
it was actually worse. No, it was 13 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
2 touchdowns.
That's right. That's right. What's the
Way
rule,
worse.
Alan? Two points, right? If you're at home,
Extra 2
or is
points
it
you're
1
at home.
point?
So
It's
now
2
it's
points.
extra 2 to 3. Yeah, extra 2 to 3.
Okay.
So realistically, they think they could win by like a touchdown ish.
2 field goals. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna roll with you, Chase. I'm gonna roll with you.
Yeah, Panthers. I
Um,
still don't know what it was.
every podcast I listen to, I'm seeing these videos on Twitter. Everyone's like, "All right, Rams, like going through, who they think is gonna win. Rams, Panthers." So, we don't really spend time on this. We know what's happening, guys. Rams. All right, moving on. Like it's going quick. People on Twitter talking about how Bryce is the issue. Bryce been playing fine. We make weird plays. That just cost caught game
Oh,
costing plays.
you mean like a flea flicker inside the
Yeah,
20, 25
Yeah,
yard line, like
bro.
weird stuff like
Rico
that?
Dow. Oof. Homie got
you're
100
running,
or
driving down the
1.25
field.
million though from that
That's
game.
not Rico's fault. Whoever called it, that's the
Yeah,
OC's fault.
dude. In
That's,
Tampa
that's
Bay's
Dave's
grass,
fault.
raining like crazy, and they're like, "Let's run a flea flicker right now." I would not. I mean, what do I know though? I'm not a OC for NFL football team,
Nah, I think
but
it's a
I
good
will
call
say,
not to.
Yeah, it's a safe call. It's a
and
safe call for sure.
homeboy got his 1.25 million.
No,
As
he
incentive.
needed a two. He needed the 250 to score a touchdown. He got the one though.
Yeah, the
He
1.25.
fought for them 7 yards though. He fought for them 7 yards, boy.
Yeah,
You
1
know what's
million,
funny? I think
1.25.
he would have been at 7 if he didn't pitch it back.
Oh,
He
he just
finished
ran.
at 10 yards. So it makes you think. You're like, was that a flea flicker?
Yep.
You look at the
Seven rushes
routes. The
for 10
routes are
yards.
short. You don't run short routes
Yeah.
on a flea flicker, right? He gets it. He slides. As he's sliding and falling back, he looks back and pitches back. That dude was about to cost himself $1 million right there. I don't know. I just think flea flicker in the 20, right? That doesn't sound right. Look, I'm not 100% Canales guy here because it pissed me off that he didn't argue the out of bounds pass or whatever. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. That made no
Yeah.
sense. It pissed me off that he doesn't stand up to his players there, and I feel like he doesn't fight the refs enough on calls. But I mean, he could have called a flea flicker. If he did, like, can we hire Hardmark? Like, I don't care if we made it in the playoffs. Stefanski.
Oh.
It's what I'm saying. It's like because this dude, he limits
He'll
Bryce
probably
when he
get a lot
lets
of
Bryce
offers.
open it. Yeah. When he lets Bryce open up, the dude actually throws for some yardage, like last time they played the Rams. So I think he's going to let him open it up here. I'm taking Panthers just to wrap it all up.
Well, so real quick before Nigel goes, I'm picking Panthers too, but like about Bryce opening up. So this year, before the Bucks game, this season, Bryce has only completed 15 passes, 20 plus yards down the field the whole season. So it's like I was talking to Nigel about this. Like he goes through his progressions, but so fast. It's like no way he's like even paying attention to them. He's like, boom, check down, check down, check down. And it's like, no, I think it's like, I don't know what it is. But I noticed that, especially against the Seahawks when I was at that game.
Yeah, Panthers were
He threw
strapped.
so many.
Everybody
Yeah,
was
they
strapped.
were definitely strapped. They were definitely
You
strapped.
want to
But
get it to the
I've
check
seen
down before the linebacker gets there.
but
It's like,
there was
dude, I don't think he's the issue. I think they're not
there
opening
was
the
a time
playbook up.
I think that's like why is they're not opening up the playbook, but there's times where T-Mac or I mean, I understand not wanting to throw to XL, but like there's a couple times where they're wide ass open where like in the Seahawks game, I wouldn't say a bunch. There was a few times where I noticed that it's like, okay, he could have gotten, maybe it wasn't a touchdown pass, maybe it was just like 10 more yards, but it's a first down and keep chains moving instead of checking it down on a third down. And I just think with the coach not having confidence in him, it's not having confidence in himself to look down the field to make those sketchy plays. Now, when he's playing confident, he will throw it down the field and complete those passes and drive down the field and score and win games. But I agree with you. Like, I think they need to let him play a little bit more and sling the ball.
But that's my point, man. Wouldn't you be more stressed out at the end of the game? With Bryce, his mental strength is insane because honestly, he's a lower end quarterback in our league, but he's probably one of the top 2-minute drill quarterbacks in the league. Like, that dude can drive down the field and get the field goal or touchdown. But I feel like a part of that's like, I feel like he's finally like, hey, we got to get the ball downfield, so they're pressing more routes. I mean, you may be right. I've been to games and I've seen him miss some deep balls. Like, damn, dude, it's right there. But I mean, the other issues like Coker, why has he not been getting fed more? You know, I see Tet drop a ball every game. I haven't seen Coker drop a ball in like 2 years.
Yeah, he doesn't.
You know, Tet makes plays, but he's gonna have his one drop. We all know it. See it every game. It's like,
I think just as a quarterback, speaking on like confidence and like trying to get it down, so like it has everything to do with the coach first of all and play caller, and the fact that both of them are they're both it's like you can kind of feel like it almost feels like he's like babysitting him at times when he's calling plays. Like it's like if it's like a 3rd and 8, he's like, all right, Bryce, like let's go hitches and let's just hand it off. It's like, dude, like this guy is either gonna be retained next year or we're gonna be legitimately looking for a replacement in the next like 4 months, even less than. So like I think it has to come to a point where like he has to take the Band-Aid off. I don't think that happens this Saturday. I think we're gonna try and just play conservative football, and I think we're gonna try and just kind of morph into this team that we're not. And obviously, still am gonna take the Panthers, but I just hope that we just let the boys play and we don't try and just control the ball or just keep it out of Matthew Stafford's hand. Because if we just try and hold the ball, that's not gonna work. I think the Rams defense is too good. We have to go out and try and win the game. We can't go out to try not to lose the game. I think it all depends on play calling, how aggressive we are. We got to tackle, and we got to just – we could just get turnovers again. I don't anticipate Matthew Stafford having 3 total turnovers again. That'd be great if he did, but we just got to be able to tackle. I know we have JC back, which should be huge with Devontae being confirmed to play. But I just hope that they just kind of take the pacifier Bryce's mouth, let him play, and let him just throw the ball down the field. I think the average play, like when they're like dropping back, choking, like I'm tired of seeing every time we go deep, it's 4th and 7. Like
for real, bro.
Like, why don't we just go deep on 2nd and like let's just call the shot plays when it's not do or die situations. Like we can still play aggressive football. We don't when everybody knows that we don't have to be aggressive. I just think if we just I don't know Panthers to win. Just that's all I get. I don't
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let them know.
Thinking about it.
Hey, I feel that. We believe over here, Carolina Panthers, baby. Now, I don't know if I won't even ask. What is it looking like? I know. Yes, sir. Yeah.
What a laugh. What a laugh.
Well, it's just it makes sense, right? We got a round table of Carolina Panther fans rooting for the Panthers. I mean, it makes sense. That's what's supposed to happen. If it happened differently, I would ask questions. You know what I mean?
It's a bunch of fellas that know ball.
You know what I mean? Hey, I get it.
No ball.
Great record. Made the playoffs. Look, you guys talk your talk. I love it. Honestly, it's great. He's great. But here's the thing, man. It's cool, man. You know what I mean? We got to go enjoy the time at the playoffs. But I think it's just going to be a memory at this point once the game's over. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm with everybody, man. I think the Panthers winning, but I think the Rams winning. Looking at the numbers, it makes the most sense. We got majority of the line, so here's the thing, like it's minus 500, but most people are on the Rams, obviously, as you guys, who was it, Adam, that said, he was flipping through channels and podcasts and everyone was saying Rams. 90% of the public's on the Rams. Just makes the most sense. But here's the thing. They're minus 500, so the payout's not going to be anything crazy. So, with 90% being on them, It is what it is. Now, here's the thing where I would probably put a lot of focus. 63% is on the Rams to cover. So if the Rams win and they cover, that's a little bit of a bigger payout than what's expected. So my recommendation would be to the people, plus 10.5 for the Panthers. I think they keep it close, to be completely honest with you. In fact, I think they keep this game under. I know it was high scoring last game, but there's playoff games. The one thing I give credit for the Panthers as well is they got, a fairly good defense, better than some teams out there. And they might show with a playoff game, a little bit more anticipation, a little bit more heart. I think they can keep this game fairly close. But I think towards the end or somewhere, I think it's going to get a little bit too far, but I think they do keep it under that 11 points or so. So I really like the under for this game. I don't think it'll touch like 50, maybe under 49.5. I think the regular line right now is like 45.5. So that's buying it up a couple points. 45.5 is a little sweaty, in my opinion. So that's why I said I'd buy it up, maybe 49.5, just to be extra safe, but I don't think they can get 50. And I do think Carolina Panthers cover. So I'm on you guys' side on that aspect, but I just don't think the win's happening. But I will ask a question really quick. Didn't someone in here have the Rams to go to the Super Bowl and wanted to slip?
AJ, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Dude, this is a while. This is like first and second episode.
Okay, I was thinking of
CTG.
two episodes ago.
Because they've been falling off.
No, they have. They for sure. But with that being said, with the mindset of it, thinking back in the past that they were going to make it all the way, they've gone before. Matthew Stafford, went the way as well. So it's one of those things where been there before, has the experience, got the team, got people on the team that has the experience. I think they just, I think that muscle memory comes into play here, and where a lot of the new feeling of being in a playoff game just affects a lot of the rookies or the new people that's played a playoff game before. I think that's going to have to do a lot with the Carolina Panthers. And I think at the same time, when a team loses, it doesn't necessarily mean they lose. Yeah, they lost the game, but a lot of things can get taken away from that. The experience. They look back at this season and, they say, we had a record, we made the playoffs, we played in a playoff game, we had the fans behind us, and having that push and drive, I think, is going to enhance for even more next year. Even more wins next year, and you'll get more fans, get more uplift, and I think it'll gain a lot of experience. But to be honest, it's good to have hope, but I do think the Rams win this one. And I'll just leave it at that.
There's no next year. There's only Saturday. We win this tomorrow.
It's okay. Look, Bryce Young. How many years does Bryce Young have?
He's got a Heisman.
I'm saying.
Nick Saban.
I'm saying.
Hey Nick, what I gotta do this?
I'm saying in his NFL career, what would you guys predict? How many years will he be able to put into the NFL in you guys' opinion?
12 starter or just in the league?
Just in the league.
12.
Yeah, he'll be in the league for like a long time, like 14, 15.
How long was Brady in the league?
20 plus.
This is going.
I'll give you 20 plus. All right. All right, I got you. So 20 plus years, he's got 7. Right?
Yeah.
That means for 13 years he lost. So, and you're still considered the greatest of all time. So it's like, just because you lose 1 year doesn't mean you don't have 9 to 10 more to advance, get players, learn the way of the sport, learn the way of your teammates' morale.
Third year.
Third year. He got 7, 8 more.
Dude.
Who's to say what he's? Yeah, I don't know about this year, but he will gain experience playing in the playoff game this year. He'll gain experience playing playoff in this year, right? Just like last year, he gained experience last year. He had a shitty record. That record was trash.
All the way to the Super Bowl.
That record was trash. And then he came back this year, and he surprised a lot of people. I think it'll be the same thing next year. I just don't think he can do it this year. I just don't think he got it in him.
It's going to be the same thing where he continued.
He could.
I don't know, man.
Still win. You're a Bryce hater, aren't you, Chase?
No. I'm saying that he's going to continue to win this year. No, I'm saying Bryce. Oh. I'm not a Bryce hater.
To the Super Bowl.
Okay.
All the way to the Super Bowl. I'm calling it. All the way to the Super Bowl. All the way to the bowl.
He's going to follow that little, what is it, Ohio State J-Lo divorced.
The little, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
played the
First game
Jaguars
against the
first.
Jags.
Yeah, first game against the Jags. Yeah,
We might not get the
J-Lo,
dub, but
BC.
J-Lo divorced. J-Lo divorced
yeah,
for
you can
a
go.
third time. It's crazy.
it is crazy. I mean, it is J-Lo, but just so
It's
happened
like
to be this
skipping
year.
ranks.
She has a pact
So,
with the Panthers. Hey, you guys get to
I
go to
think
the Super
so.
Bowl and lose every time you get divorced.
Like I'm really starting to hate my
Man.
husband. All right, boys. Jalen, we just got the text.
We
Just
got
got
the
the
tech.
text. You're starting to dislike
It's
him.
official.
You just got the text.
We're going to the bowl.
We're done.
Oh, man. All right, well, Panthers are winning that one, so that's what's going to happen there. We'll go to the next one.
I
Saturday
hope it
night.
happens.
Huh? Yeah.
I
Hey,
hope
you've
it
been wrong
happens.
Yeah.
before. And that's what's going
1,000%.
to happen with this one. So,
Hey, he said spread
I hope I am.
covering.
Okay, see game.
spread.
Hornets game.
I was wrong about the Hornets game, but so
Ooh.
was 98% of America.
Just like the first Rams
Well,
and
look.
Panthers game.
Well,
I remember you
90% of
picking the
America is going to be
Rams to get the
wrong
dub.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
I hope.
Just like
hey,
I
I hope
did
it.
earlier
I hope
this
it
year.
happens. I hope it happens because I am like you guys. I sprinkled on Panthers money line, so I'm with you. I'm hoping they win.
I
I'll
haven't
mix
yet.
Hey,
I was just
okay.
considering.
Gonna sprinkle on a little bit. Plus 500. Why not?
Might have to
Yeah,
this
$20
year.
gets you $100.
The
Why
boys
not?
get the dub, and you get a little
Or
change
you
in your
lose
pocket.
$20.
Why not?
Come
Yeah,
on,
I've
yeah,
lost
you
more.
put
I lost
A bunch
more
of
on other
holes in your
games.
Or you
wallet.
lose
20 bucks and a bunch of
$20.
holes punched.
You know what I'm saying? I've lost more, so it's okay.
Oh shit, yeah. I can't remember the last time I hit a bet. No, it was like last week. I hit a parlay, and I hit a parlay last night. I tailed
Let's go.
some of y'all. I don't know who I tailed, but yeah, let's get back to it. So Packers and Bears. Packers versus the Bears. Packers versus the Bears. I'm not going first this time. I'll let we'll go Nigel. Bada.
Packers versus Bears. For some reason, the Bears can't beat the Lions. I don't know whether it's Ben Johnson's scared of his old boss. He's scared he's gonna get beat up if he wins. I don't know what's going on. He
I would be scared too.
Yeah, honestly,
That
I
dude
think
still can
whole
play
playoff.
freaking football right now. It
Yeah,
looked like.
Dan Campbell. I think he's scared he might just get a big ass lip of dipping, like just spat in his face if they win. So I think he's just trying to avoid all that stuff. I honestly don't. Say I trust the Packers, but then again, like every time I say I trust the Packers don't understand me. I'm just thinking of Caleb Williams running around with fingernail paint on the ball. He's been balling. Like kid's been having a year.
Yeah.
I think they're all kind of pissed on how the season ended, not becoming a 4,000 passer, losing at home. Let's go Bears here.
Bears.
28-17.
28-17.
Yep.
All right, AJ,
Chicago.
what you thinking?
I want to say Bears too, man. I really do. I'd love to see it.
Oh.
I would love to see it. But, hey, let's refer to what AM just dropped. The experience, right? Packers a lot more experience than Johnson has. Now, he's gone with the Lions, but, I mean, they only went, 2 years? You got Caleb Williams. I think he's going to just be trying to do too much. Couldn't win a championship in college. I think they're going to fall short. I think the Packers will pull through just because, that defense will play well. And I think, Josh Jacobs, we may see Josh Jacobs games. I feel like Packers running backs always play so well in the wild card. They'll sleep, they'll fall into the 7th seed or 6th seed and then upset the Cowboys or somebody like that and, by a lot. And you're like, who is this? So I'm going to think they're going to be consistent with that. And I'm going to go 23-20 Packers.
Oh, close one. Packers. All right. Well, I mean, I was kind of hoping you'd go with the Bears just so I could be the only one who goes with the Packers. But I obviously, you can only pick so many when you only got two. So Let's see. I mean,
Yep.
I like what you're saying about the young, like saying about the young unexperienced players and stuff with the playoffs. It's wild card weekend. I don't know. I just feel like the Bears could do something, but it's their third time playing each other this year. They just played each other literally last week. Jordan Love's going to be back. I think it's a must win for remind me of Green Bay's coach. What's his name? On top
Matt
of my head.
LaFleur, yeah.
Who?
He apparently on the LaFleur.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur.
LaFleur.
Yeah, he's apparently on the hot seat. So I think this is a must win for him. I think I mean when it's a must win for the coach, I don't really know how you go about, you don't want to put too much pressure on your players, but you were like, you better fucking win this game.
What do you think Harbaugh was saying?
Oh my gosh, dude, he was holding. There's a video of him grabbing the kicker, that rook-ass rookie. No, I feel bad for him. He missed that field goal. He's got John's like walking with him, and he's like, the dude's just like this, fucking holding his head. Like, yeah, all of Baltimore hates you, bro. Sorry, but John's like holding him, like, saying it's okay. Little do we know, freaking homie gotten fired right after that. They were like, oh, he's consoling with him. Nah, not no rook ass rook. Nah. Anyways, I'm thinking the Packers. Packers taking the dub. It's a must win. And Packers take dub. Jordan Love, I wouldn't say lights it up. I'm gonna go with 10-17. Just to change up the scores a little bit, and Packers get the dub.
Hitting the under.
All right, Alan. What are we looking at? Numbers.
Numbers are Green Bay's the favorites, -110. Chicago is +100. So underdogs there at home. +2.5 is the spread. So it's like literally a toss-up, right? It's completely a coin flip. And then we got the over-under at 45. So you guys' points of like 20, 23, 20, 25, 28. It's a good roundabout, honestly, because my prediction here is this game's so close that I can't even pick who's going to win, to be completely honest with you. So I don't even know if I can give you guys who I think would win. If I say, it would probably just be a shot in the dark. I couldn't really tell you. But where I would say, kind of for my segment here, what I would say for you guys to play, the play of the day for that game would be take the over in this game at over 44.5. Over 44.5 should pay you nicely. That's my opinion.
Chicago in January?
In my opinion, right? Last time they played, they didn't really hit the over, but there's just something about this game. I just feel like it's going to go over. I think they're both going to play their heart out. I think it's going to be super close. It's going to be, one of those OTs or, someone hitting a Hail Mary win, and something crazy is going to happen in this game. I just think, but I think it's going to be high scoring. I really do. I know they both got great defensive teams. I know they got great, offensive as well. But I think it's just going to be something in the atmosphere that's going to have a lot of people making good plays, good catches. This will honestly be a good, a good game to focus on a lot of player props, in my opinion. But I do think it's going to be a good game. And if you guys are curious of like money-wise, like where everyone's at, 47% of the public is on Green Bay currently. So a lot of people are on, not a lot, but it's like 52%, literally coin flip is on the Chicago to win like outright money line. And then we have the spread. Chicago is 55%. So a lot of people are picking Chicago spread as well. So not only do they think they're going to win, I think a lot of people are probably hedging, right? So if they lose, hopefully it's not more than 2.5, basically a field goal, which is still crazy to me, especially for football. Like I'd much rather buy it up a little bit and make it a 3.5, because most of the time, like most outcomes, I feel like if you're going to lose a game in football in general, it's always at least by a field goal, which means you're going to lose by 3 or more. Realistically, other than that one game where who just lost by 2, it was
Bucks and Panthers.
Bucks and Panthers too. I thought it was the Steelers.
Falcons
And the
and
Steelers.
Falcons are the
Falcons,
six, 2 points.
Yeah, 2 points. Wow. So a lot of games by 2 points. But I feel like normally, right? Isn't it more like realistic for it to be 3 or more? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, but all these dudes have been
But
going
that's
for
just what I'm
2 and
looking at.
stuff
So
like that.
a lot of people are on Chicago. Yeah, I have been seeing that. Yeah, so that makes more sense, I guess. But yeah, a lot of people are on Chicago for the most part. And when I say a lot of people, like it's really a toss up. Like you got money line 52%, 55% on the Chicago spread. So it's literally down the middle. And that can change anytime because the game is what Saturday. We're in Tuesday, so it's early buy-ins right now. So it could always change. It could be by the end of it, everything flipped. 52% Green Bay, and then 55% Green Bay to cover the spread. Who knows? I would check the lines there when Saturday hits. But if you want to put something in early or something you think I think is gonna hit, I think it's gonna be that 44 over 44.5. And I also say that too kind of covers that. 72% of the public is on the under for this game, and so I think because this game is such a toss up, I think the people that are playing the under may have an unfortunate night. So we'll see.
It's gonna be 37. Feels like 28. 32-degree winds and 35% chance of snow.
But both teams are used to that, right?
Yeah,
I think
true. That's true.
I think with the way the Bears, with the way they run the ball, I gotta think that's somewhat to their advantage. But to your point, that's the same way they in Green Bay all the time too. So it's gonna be a good game.
I'm excited for it. Well, we'll bring it over to Sunday. We got a full slate on Sunday, 1 p.m., 4:30, and Sunday Night Football. We'll start with the Bills versus the Jags to start us off at give me a second here at 1 p.m. Bills versus Jags. We'll let AJ go first if you're able to.
Yeah. So, as much as I'd love to see the Jags win here, I like Liam Coen, great coach. They're really rolling at this point. I just see the Bills with their experience coming back and taking the dub at the end. I could see them going down and it being, like a 14, 17-point game and Josh Allen comes back. America's boy, comes back. They love him. I'm telling you, the NFL loves him. And, I just feel like this is his chance to win it all. As like in the elite quarterback tier, it's really just him who's left on the AFC. I'd say Caleb Williams is that's NFC. So I mean, on the AFC, it's really just him on that side. He ain't got Lamar, he ain't got Burrow, he ain't got Patty. So I'm gonna go Bills. I'm gonna think it's high scoring. I don't know what the over is. I'm sure it's high too, but I'm sure the over is deep 40s or 50s. So I'm gonna say 34-30. Bills come back and win the game. Or what did I say? 34-31. We'll do a field goal.
34-31.
Yep.
I like it. And I mean, honestly, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, they're all out of the playoffs. So there's really no excuse for him, honestly, because you look back, Lamar, Joe Burrow, Patty Mahomes, are for whatever reason his kryptonite, and he has been playing like crazy this year. And I think he's been playing like crazy this year because he wants to get a Super Bowl. And I mean, when you said way back when with Bills going to the Super Bowl, your prediction, I was like, I like that prediction. Now, whatever is going
Bills
on,
Ram.
Yeah, Bills Ram, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I liked it up until find out that the first wild card weekend, Rams play the Panthers. So I'm like, nah.
Nope. Can't ruin my Saturday.
Nope, can't ruin it. Nope. So I think what they're doing over in oh my gosh, are you fucking serious?
Gut happy, vibe steady. Meet Altura Party, alcoholic drinks built for feeling good. With lion's mane, cordyceps, reishi, chaga, ashwagandha.
Great, but hey, let's go, Altura.
It's okay. It'll be okay.
Altura, baby.
Just throw in an
Shout
ad.
out.
Throw in an ad.
All right. So Bills versus Jags. I'm gonna be short and sweet because I try to go into it a little bit. Got some shite happened, but Bills versus Jags. I'm gonna go with Bills getting the dub over Jags. I think Jacksonville has been getting their thing rocking down there. Whatever they got going down there is, A1. But I think the Bills, it's their year this year. Imagine the Bills getting knocked out of the playoffs in wild card weekend, the first round of the playoffs, and Josh Allen and the Bills. I don't know how you like. I mean, this is a must-win season for Josh Allen if he really wants to be talked about as the GOAT. I mean, he has put his body on the line multiple times. He's driven down the field to win games so many times this year. I think he does it again this Sunday, and I think that's exactly what happens is he has to drive down the field to win the game, and I think it is a shootout as well. I can't see how it's not going to be a shootout with Trevor Lawrence freaking to Washington, man. That dude's a freaking lethal wide receiver. So, and obviously Trevor Etienne, I think their offense is great, and the Bills can't stop the run. So, I mean, which at the same time makes me think, like, can Josh make it all happen? Can he actually win the game himself? And if he goes to the Super Bowl this year and wins the Super Bowl, he deserves his flowers because he did that shit by himself, basically. I mean, they're a good team, but Josh Allen has carried that team the entire season. So I think the Jags lose. I think the Bills get the dub. I don't know how long they go in the playoffs, but I think it's a high-scoring game. Can't go same as Adam. 34 is what I was thinking, but can't do the same as Adam. So I'm going to do 33-28. That's my go-to score. All right, Nigel, what are you thinking is going to happen?
Jags kind of sold me when they beat early on in the season, just because like on paper it's like okay, hey, Mahomes playing the Jags in Jacksonville, still get to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are still pretty depleted at that point, not what they used to be. Then I just kind of look at it with my eyes closed. It's like taking the long-haired guy, this boy from college, versus the lead rusher, Josh Allen. I'm just going to go with the Bills. It's 28-20.
Bills 28-20. All right, Alan, what's the numbers looking like? What's the field? What's the best? What's the Vegas?
Man, oh man, did everyone pick the Bills? Is that what I just heard?
It looks like
Yeah.
it. Which I'm like, damn, I wish I went last. I would have picked the
I
Jags.
know. I thought y'all were gonna go Jags too, but I still
Okay,
believe Bills. I still believe
I
Bills.
can definitely see Jags. Definitely see. I can just see the game turn into a Josh Allen scramble, run around, fast, getting sacked on third down, and then just play. I can see it turning into that.
That would be crazy for the Bills and Josh Allen to lose in the first round, and that's another head coach
good.
that's in the hot seat as well.
If they lose first round, I bet he's gone.
Yeah. Ooh, I hope they do that.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they win this. They don't win the Super Bowl, and they don't even make it to the Super Bowl. They win a couple playoff games. He gets fired.
Their team's not very good though. I could see him if they lose this game for sure. I think if they win it, he gets one more year. But like they gotta like either go sign like they gotta go get like Jake Jettas. They gotta go get someone. They need help on offense.
For real, bro.
They gotta go do something. Yeah, like they need Keon Coleman's getting suspended for like team. Like if your own team suspended you and they drafted you to be the number one receiver, dude. And I bet you that locker room was probably man.
It's his job, man. It's like any of us not showing up to work, not showing up to a meeting.
Crazy.
Like you get paid millions for it, man. It blows my mind. I'm with you on that. I don't think the team's that good either, but he's a great coach. He took him up out of the dirt. Shoot, we'll take him back. He was great when he was in Carolina.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all these guys all these teams, I don't think they've realized like, okay, once you fire a guy, like I'm sure we'll get into the Harbaugh stuff later, but like who do you replace him? It's like what's like unless you have a guy in mind, like, okay, if now we have a chance to go get this guy, it's like I don't see anybody who's worth firing Sean McDermott personally.
Yeah, fair enough. What you thinking is gonna happen, or what are your predictions? Where's the money at?
You guys feel that breeze? I think it's getting a little cold. It might get a little cold in Florida. Yeah, I think we all 4-0 going with the Bills on this game.
Buffalo Bill.
4-0 on the Bills. I will tell you why. One, we talked about experience. Josh Allen's that dude. He has experience. Like you guys said, NFL loves him. It's the truth. I think he's going to do what he does best. Now, I do think it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a fun game to watch, high scoring. All that you guys said about, it being high scoring, I think it is. The total right now is sitting at 51.5. Right? Super high. That's like both teams at least scoring 25 and a field goal each. You know what I mean? So it's super high. Now, the reason why I love Josh Allen right now, they are the underdogs, which you guys might have known that already. Do you guys know that? Or they're kind of the under. They're like it's like teetering. But I'll tell you this: majority of the people are on the Jags. 60% of the people are on the Jags money line. 77, almost 80% of money is on Jags to cover the spread, and 76% of the money is on the under on this game because it's so high. And I'll tell you guys this as well. The total was at 50.5, went up to 51 within the last 24 hours. And then same thing with the spread. The spread was actually plus 3.5. It's gone down to plus 2.5. So things to keep in mind. I honestly think Bills are going to take it. Everything that you guys said with Josh Allen, looking at the money, I think it's going to get real cold in Florida. I think it's going to get real cold.
Yes, sir.
So,
all right, Bills
that's
getting
what I'm
that
looking
dub.
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
I like that.
All right.
I like that
And
play.
then what, you think take the over for that too?
Yeah, I'd probably buy it down a bit. I would take 49.5 over 49.5.
Okay.
Because they did raise it. Which, is a good sign that it's going to be high scoring. But at the same time, when you raise it maybe 1 point, 2 points, and they're getting close, they make, things happen. Like I'm sure you guys seen it happen all the time. I mean, we just saw it the other day when the spread is 2.5 and the team wins by 2.
Yeah.
And that was an adjusted line, by the way. That was an adjusted line. It was 3.5, and then it dropped down to 2.5. Probably an hour to 2 hours before the game started.
Damn.
So,
crazy.
Little things like that, just got to watch out for. So I would say buy it down a little bit. 49.5, still give you some good odds. Pair it with something else. Maybe the Bills money line. I think that's a good play right there, in my opinion.
Okay.
Money line. I like it.
Well, let's move to the 4:30 p.m. game. The 49ers versus the Eagles. I'll let Nigel go first with that. 49ers versus the Eagles. What you thinking?
Let's go Eagles here. I don't even want to think about this. Let's go Eagles. Manager banked up. I think the Eagles are just a better team. Let's go Eagles 24. Niners. Let's keep it weird. Let's go Niners 18.
18, huh? Okay. All right, AJ, what you thinking?
49ers.
49ers.
Yeah, they're going to come to Philly. They're going to upset them. Barely. 21-19.
21-19. I mean, I like both y'all's picks because there's only 2 teams that you can pick, and you guys picked either of them. So, yeah. So, I mean, shoot, man. Eagles rest all their guys. They're fresh. They're ready to rock. They're playing in Philly. I wouldn't say Nick Sirianni's job's really on the line, but I think
His
it's
job's
funny.
on the line every day.
It's funny that you really, honestly, because when you think about it, as being a Phillies or an Eagles coach, for the Philadelphia fans it's a tough crew to get behind, or not tough crew to get behind, but tough crew to lead. Is I might say lead that crew. So I mean, I don't know. I think the Eagles it's a close one. I'm gonna go with Adams scored 21-19, but the Eagles take the dub. And I think the Eagles get the dub because last year they won the freaking Super Bowl, and everyone was like giving Nick Sirianni crap about resting Barkley, he's not getting the record. They won the Super Bowl, so now it's like they're saying the same thing. They rested their guys. Oh, that's BS, whatever. But it's like they won the Super Bowl last year, so I mean, you got people like Belichick going in the Super Bowl, and he never rested Tom Brady and the Patriots, never, and they always won the Super Bowl. So it is like a win loss. I mean, it's like equal, I guess, on both parts, but I'm gonna go with the Eagles beating the 49ers. All right, Alan, what's the money looking like?
You guys know who's coaching? I mean, not coaching. Who's reffing this game?
No.
Who's the head ref on this game?
Who's the head ref?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. All right, so check this out. So we got Philadelphia Eagles minus 220. Okay, they are the major favorites. They're at home. Makes the most sense. They are a minus 3.5 spread, so they think they can beat 49ers by a field goal or more. And keep in mind, that's giving them an extra 2 points, so realistically, it's by a field goal, so super close. Got the over-under sitting at 45.5, but I will say that that total has gone down. Some sports books you can find at like 42.5, 43. So that tells me it just might go under. Whenever I see prices go or points go down throughout. But we'll see. It's still just Tuesday. So we got 77% of the money on Philly. Makes sense. Minus 220. But they also have San Fran to cover their spread at plus 3.5. So it's like a toss-up. It's like 50-50. I think a lot of people are probably hedging. Makes the most sense. And then we have 85% of the money on the under for this game. So that's probably why the total points went down a bit. So a good safe play probably if you want to, go with the public on the under, maybe 45.5, 46 for the total. But it is going down. So we'll see what it is by game time. My prediction on this game goes along with the question I asked you guys in the beginning, which was who is reffing this game? It's Alan Eck. You guys know who that is. This man, Alan Eck. Well, he's originally from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. He grew up a diehard Eagles fan. And he's the head ref, by the way. Okay, just keep that in mind. He grew up in Pennsylvania, diehard Eagles fan. He's reffed 9 Eagles games. You know how many of those games won?
9.
No, 8. 8-1. No. So he's 8-1. Now he's also
he can't make it 2 out of it.
He can't make it 2 out of it. The one that didn't matter.
Now, the other thing,
letting that happen.
Other thing to keep in mind, the 49ers, he's reffed the 49ers also 9 times. Guess what their record is?
I'm guessing
1-1.
They won 3 and 6. Okay. So it's a negative record. So he's reffed 9 games out of Eagles, 9 games out of 49ers. Grew up an Eagles fan. It's in Philly, and he's the head ref. I'll let y'all decide then.
That's unbelievable.
Well, it won't come down to a call that leans with the Eagles losing. That's for sure. That's definitely not going to happen. So.
I think Philly covers. I think Philly covers minus 2.5.
Look, Green Bay, San Francisco win. Panthers win. Homecoming for McCaffrey.
Move on.
Oof. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Let's move on to Saturday Night Football. I know that's going to be a good game, Eagles versus the 49ers and the Eagles. So we'll go to the Sunday Night Football lineup with Chargers versus the Patriots. The Bolts, the Chargers against the Pats. I'll go first with this one. During the preseason game or preseason time? It was before preseason. Obviously, it was before the season started over the summer, I was watching the Pat McAfee show, of course, and he went to go visit the Charger Stadium. And I was like, oh, man, Harbaugh's got it going on over there. Freaking all this upgrades and stuff. And I really believed in them until the season came. I really thought they were going to get things rolling, but they haven't been. And Pats are rolling. I think Drake May's got it going on. I don't think he's got it all going on because he's still pretty young, but he's starting to get there. So I think the Pats beat the Chargers here, and I think they beat them pretty good. I'm gonna go with 28-13. Did we already say that score? Why did that pop in my head?
Because you know the future.
Might be the exact score.
Uh-oh. You might know
That
something.
Altura. That Altura is.
Now, Altura, get you focused, dog.
Altura is kicking. It's kicking in. Kicking in.
28-13.
All right, AJ, what you thinking?
I think Drake May is going to turn Justin Herbert into his little brother. Patriots. The MVP is going to win. He's going to make it to the AFC Championship. And we go Patriots. Let's go Patriots 27. And Chargers, it's going to be cold. California boys can't hang. Give them 27-17.
27-17. So you said little Drake May is little. Isn't Justin Herbert older than Drake May?
Yeah.
He's gonna whip up on him.
I said little.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Little brother. No, that's why not older. Little.
I was emphasizing on that because it's like when me as a younger brother, I'm sure you obviously know as a younger brother, to beat up on the older brother is kind of demoralizing. It will kind of. It's a punch in the face for sure for them. It's a good feeling for the younger brother, but
yeah, I really feel like they're a similar quarterback. It's like who's better when you look at the two. I think Drake May is just going to show that he's the better quarterback here.
I think Drake May is the better quarterback too. He's only been in the league
704.
704 for show, baby. Let's go.
Huntersville, North Carolina. Huntersville, North Carolina.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you thinking, Nigel?
It's in New England. Game's in New England. Patriots are on a heater. I think the Chargers are just like basically playing with like band-aids and scotch tape at this point. I think they are dreading getting on this plane and going to the Northeast. Give me Patriots 30, Chargers 13.
Ooh.
30-13. Damn! That's a asshole whooping.
I don't know why. I just put stuff.
Yeah, dude. Hey, that's how I think of scores. I'm like, they come to my head, I just throw them out there. Have I been close to any? No, but I think there was one time that it was like the Bucks game. I called the score, but it was like backwards. There was a Bucks game. I can't tell you where, when, what weekend, who they were playing, but it was a Bucks game. Just know that.
Right.
So, all right, we're gonna leave that at that. What is it looking like, Alan? What's actually gonna happen?
All right, so we have we got Chargers underdogs plus 170, New England Patriots minus 200 favorites. Minus 3.5 is the spread, so about a field goal and let's say 2 point. I don't know, field goal 2 point or so, and then the over under sitting at 45.5. So kind of mid tier scoring, I feel like, compared to like the last couple games. But we got majority of the money, 88% of the money is on New England to win. And I kind of agree with that, in my opinion. I do think also New England takes this away, so I'm on, you guys that said that. I think Drake May's a dog. North Carolina repping, So it's like, I am a fan of Drake May, for sure. So I do think, I want what to happen. I want them to win. Let's just say that. But we got 88% of the money on New England, so that kind of scares me a bit. It does. I'm not going to lie to you. And then we also have 64% of the money to take New England's spread. So a lot of money is on New England. Currently, things can change, but currently a lot of money is on New England. Not saying it can't happen, but it's just something to look out. And then we have 60% of the public on the under for this game as well. So You know what? F it, dude. I'm gonna ride with New England. Let's ride with New England, man.
Let's go. Because that's what's gonna
Go
happen.
Pack, go.
Yeah,
You
let's
get
just
the
go New
dub.
England. Let's go New England. I'll go with the public.
All right, so that brings us to the next game, the final game of the weekend, Monday Night Football, the Texans versus the Steelers. Now they're playing in Pittsburgh, which is crazy. And I remember like a while back, I can't remember when it was, I was saying this stat that the end zones are yellow, playing on Monday night in Pittsburgh, they don't lose. So, but this Texans defense is stout. The experience is obviously there with Aaron, and you look at CJ. CJ's, I don't know. I think he's a great quarterback. When he's doing good, he's doing great. But at the same time, when kind of the shoulders get a little heavy, he does not, from my perspective, has not been as clutch as some of these Bryce Young, and this season particularly. So I want to lean to the Steelers. I feel like those Texans come back there. I mean, Cam Hayward, freaking on Monday night when they played. It wasn't Monday. It was Sunday when they played the Ravens. That dude was playing some foosball. He was freaking. He's on a roll right now. He's playing hot, and I think that's exactly what they need to disrupt that offense and not get that offense going. The defense is a real issue here. Texans defense. I think the Steelers take the dub. They get the dub. They barely get the dub, but Aaron takes a beating, like so much to where I think they lose the next round. But we'll discuss that when we get there. But I think the Steelers beat the Texans. I'll do a low scoring game because it's going to be cold and heavy defense side. TJ Watt's back. Cam Hayward is lighting it up. So I think it's going to be like 14-10 Steelers. Take the dub. All right, Nigel, what you thinking?
I was thinking of Neil Hunter and Will Anderson just beat that dude Monday night, 8 o'clock. It's so hard for me to imagine like that Texas defense not showing up, even with a DK Metcalf. You can give me a DK Metcalf, I'll still raise you a Derek Stingley. Like it's just,
Okay.
I just don't like. I don't know. I just don't see the Steelers having enough to kind of like combat the young dudes and the Texans have. I think CJ Stroud's kind of due to like show people. I think it's time for you to lock in again. Give me Texans 20, Steelers 19. I think it's gonna be close.
Okay. Texans. Say that score again for me. Texans
20, Steelers 19.
Okay.
1 point game.
All right, AJ,
Yeah,
what you
be
thinking?
close.
I'm sure that covers the spread there. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's on 2 or 3. Um, I think we're going to see strong defense, but I think there will be breakout plays, kind of like what we saw in the last game for the Steelers against the Ravens. Like, maybe a missed assignment or something. It is going to be cold, but CJ Stroud leaving the dome, playing out in Pittsburgh. Monday night, like Chase said, yellow end zones can't go against it. Towels in the air. I'm seeing Steelers 24, Texans 20. This may be overtime, probably not. So it'd be 17-17 going in. But I don't know. I just see Rodgers getting it done. They'll let him win 1 or 2, and then he's going to get his ass kicked in the next round or get better next.
All right, here we go. Steelers. Here we go. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go. Steelers. All right, Alan. What is the numbers looking like? Monday Night Football. Last Monday Night Football game of the year.
Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah. Right, so we got Pittsburgh as the underdogs, plus 150. Houston minus 165. Spread sitting at minus 2.5. So Texans way, and then we have over under at 39.5. So kind of low scoring, kind of like what you guys been saying. So now let's check the money, right? So we got Houston. 73% of the money is on Houston to win the game outright, and then 75% is on them to cover the minus 2.5 spread. So you know what I'm thinking. And then we got 73% of the money on the under for this game. So I think just with how everything's playing out, especially with the Steelers, Tomlin, Rodgers, DK coming back, one hell of a game last game by a field goal. That, a lot of controversial field goal, let's just say. But either way, they still won. They still won.
Over field goal.
Getting fired over field goals, crazy. But they still won, and I think that momentum goes their way. And then also on top of it, weather, you got, they're playing at home. It's just something about Pittsburgh playing at home it just changes atmosphere and environment and plays and all for them. So I really do think they step up, and I think I'm with you guys. I think Pittsburgh's going to take this away. I'll take the plus money on that for sure. So I'll take that plus 150 in my opinion.
Bet. All right. Well, you heard it here. So Nigel's the only one taking the Texans. So if Texans get dubbed, get you a nice little.
He finally gets his.
Come on, CJ.
Nice little point there. All right. Well, I mean, there's a few of these we went. No, actually, just kidding. I take that back. It's just the Bills and Panthers game. We went all in at the same. But all right. Well, then that concludes another show. We'll tune back in next week on who will win the Natty College Football Championship. Shout out Altura for bringing us some drinks to stay focused for the TV show, for the recording of the show, CTG. Fueling the CTG cast. We will see who will be the winner of the. We'll predict who is winning the national championship, and then we'll get into the next round of playoffs, and hopefully we get this dub at home, and we move on to the next round. I salute y'all. Appreciate y'all's knowledge and talking about ball. Best thing to do, and this is a great time to be alive. Shout out Altura. All right.
Altura.
Peace out. Yes, sir.
Chase the money, chase the money.